Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Paramatma Purushottama Sri Bhagavati Sameda Sri Bhagavate Namaha. May the one who is all, who is in whom is all, protect us and bless us to be successful, happy, peaceful, and prosperous. Dear devotees, today I am very happy to discuss about the spiritual sadhana, spiritual course that we have launched, the Athma Sadhana. Vedas say that the human being's sufferings are mainly due to avidya, ignorance. And the solution is vidya, knowledge. Ajnana, lack of knowledge, is the cause, and jnana, knowledge, is the solution. It says men are suffering out of fear, worry, problems, unhappiness, all because he thinks that he is a meekly creature. He does not know that he is a mighty creature with the God's divine power residing in him and willing to explode any time he understands it and invokes it. The moment he knows it, all his life's problem will be over, and that is the objective of the God for having created a human being. While he has created other beings for a specific purpose, he has created the human being for a multi-purpose of making this universe happy. He is seeing in the man a replica of himself, that is a God. That is why man has been given so much of powers. That is why human as a race is the most superior species in the universe as of now. But unfortunately, the man is not understanding his powers. He thinks he is a body. He thinks he is, as I told, as a meekly force. Now, if he understands, then the story will be totally different. In this regard, Vedas have given several parables. These parables will establish that how much of power is there within us and why we are not knowing it, and because we are not knowing it, how much we are suffering. And the moment we know it, what happens to us. These things come out of these parables. We will take one by one. The first is about a dhobi and a diamond. A dhobi by chance stumbled upon a diamond, and without knowing its value, he was using it for washing the dirty cloths that he was cleaning for the public. One day a jeweler saw this stupid thing and asked him, "What is this?" He said, "It is a nice stone, I am using it, handy stone, I am using it." The jeweler asked, "I want it, will you give me?" The dhobi said, "What will you use it for?" The jeweler said, "I will use it for many purposes." The dhobi said, "What will you give me?" The jeweler said, "Whatever money you want." The dhobi calculated and he wanted one more ass. So he wanted 5,000 rupees. The jeweler gave the money and walked away with the precious stone and made millions of rupees. And the dhobi was happy with these 5,000 rupees. Here if you see, the dhobi did not know the value of what he had in his hand. Because of that, he could not make that millions of rupees what he would have otherwise made. So here just lack of knowing what he has deprived him of the great treasure that he would have otherwise enjoyed. The second parable is about a lion and a goat. Once a lioness was about to deliver, and when it was in the hunting process, fell down, delivered a cub and died on the spot. The goats which were there, on whom the lioness was trying to hunt, took pity on the cub and reared it up. The cub was coming up as a goat. It was bleating, eating grass, etc. One day, another lion which came hunting after these goats saw this and was shocked to see a lion amidst a goat. It isolated it and told that, why are you bleating and eating grass? You are like me. But the goat grown cub was very fearful of the lion, and it said, don't disturb me, don't disturb me, leave me alone, don't kill me, etc. The new hunting lion took the old cub to the well and showed its face. You see, your face and my face, are they not looking alike? The cub realized it is also a lion. It started roaring. Here, the cub was always a lion, but the cub did not know it. The moment it came to know about it, it stopped bleating. It stopped roaring. Human beings are like that, says Veda. We have to roar like a lion. Instead, we are bleating like a goat and a sheep. That is because we are not knowing our power. The third parable, it says, is about a rope and a snake. A man was walking on a village road in a dark night, and he saw something like a snake which was also oscillating, and he got the shock of his life and started perspiring. Unless he crossed that place, he cannot go to his house. He did not know what to do. He was mortally scared about his life. Luckily for him, one more person who was going into the village came and he asked, what is the matter? This guy explained. Then the other guy took out his torch and applied it on that snake-like material, and it was nothing but a rope. The moment he understood it as a rope, all his problems were over. Here, the rope was always a rope. It was never a snake. The snake was never there. But this guy, under mistaken impression, under an illusion, was fearing for his life. The moment the knowledge came that it is only a rope and not a snake, he became fearless, peaceful. So Vedas say men are suffering due to lack of ignorance of what is the truth of his power. The moment he comes to know about it, then his life is totally different, and it will take a fraction of a second. You see, he was fearing for the snake, and how long did it take to realize and be free from fear? Less than fraction of a second. The moment he realized it is a snake, it was not a snake, it is only a rope, his problems vanished. So, knowledge when it comes, when it dawns, then all the problems will be over. So, the man's internal power has to dawn on him. Once it dawns, all these fears will vanish. Then the fourth episode, it says, is about a farmer and a field. A farmer, a poor farmer, had a stretch of land, not even able to cultivate, and therefore living in poverty. There was a big treasure of gold coins buried under his garden. He was walking over it every day, looking for anything comes up, any fruits, something like that, so that he can pluck it and use it for food or he can sell. He was walking over the land, very land where it is buried. In fact, he was walking over that very place where the golden treasure is buried. But he did not know it. Therefore, he was living in poverty. Vedas say human beings are living exactly like that. We have the divine power buried within us, willing to burst. We are sleeping and walking with that. But we are not understanding. Due to not understanding that fact, we are suffering like anything. We are afraid of everything. Our life is to be fearless and peaceful, but we are always fearing for something or the other. We are always worried about something or the other without knowing that we have such a great power within us before which all these fears are nothing. They will all vanish the moment our divinely power can be invoked. Then it gives the episode of a dhobi and an ass. A dhobi was having an ass which was used to carry the dirty cloths to the river and for delivering the cloths back. He used to tie the ass to a tree when he was cleaning the cloths. One day he forgot the rope. He did not know what to do. He was worried whether the donkey will escape. As he was standing stuck, a wise man who was crossing asked him what is the matter. When he told, this is the issue, the wise man told, don't worry, you pretend as if you are tying, ensuring that the donkey is seeing what you are doing. The donkey will not go anywhere, don't worry. He did exactly so, and the donkey did not move an inch. He completed the day's task and came back and asked the donkey to move. He did not move. Then he again went back to the wise man. The wise man said, okay, now you untie it like you did in the morning without the rope tying. Now you untie the non-existing rope, ensuring that the donkey is seeing you. He did exactly the same. The donkey walked. What is happening here? The donkey was never tied, but it is under an illusion that it is being tied up and it is being released. Vedas say human beings are like that. We are under an illusion as if we are having a very big worrisome life because we don't know our power. The donkey could have easily run away. It has the power to run away, but it did not know its power. Under an illusion, it is tied up. Similarly, the man has tremendous power, but without knowing his power, he is tied down to this samsara. The moment he knows his powers, he will be able to handle everything that comes across in the samsara with fearlessness, happiness, peace. Then it gives another parable where the humans are capable of overcoming the fate, but he is not understanding it because he does not know his power. He says there were 3 villagers who were trying to cultivate. In one village, a man did all the agricultural operations, did not get water, so he could not cultivate. In the second, there was rain, but this guy did not do any cultivation work, so there was no crop. In the third, there was rain as well as this guy did agricultural work and there was crops. These things are understandable because there was no rain, perhaps the crop did not come up. Because this guy did not work, the crop did not come up. The third, both happened, it came up. These are all, you can take it as a normal sequence. But Vedas say the truth is the fourth one, where there was no rain, but there was a serious agriculturist who did all the agricultural operations, but seeing the rains are not coming, he dug and dug a well. And from the well water, he cultivated the land. Vedas say this is the power of the man. Using his free will, he was able to overcome the non-availability of the rain itself. That is because he has understood his power, the power of his ability to dig the soil and get the water, and his power of that will, sankalpa, that I am going to cultivate. That willpower comes once he knows what his true powers are. So here, the first 3 guys were just operating under the normal circumstances without knowing the true power. But the 4th guy knew his power and invoked it and therefore succeeded in life. And we can also see it in Puranas. What is the effect of knowing one's true power? The Hanuman and Jambavan episode in Ramayana is a classical case. Hanuman had all the powers vested in him by all the gods because he was a Vayuputra with the Rudramsa. Therefore, he had all the powers. But under a curse, he has forgotten all the powers. He was not able to know or recall all the powers, anything by himself. Then, when they were on the banks of the ocean to try and go and see Mata Sita. And when somebody told Mata Sita is in Lanka, people were worried who can go. Jambavan said Hanuman is the only guy. Hanuman refused. He said, how can I go? What powers I have got to go such a long distance? And Jambavan had to tell him, teach him, coach him that this is your true power. This is the kind of internal powers you have got. After learning from Jambavana what his true powers are, then realizing what it is actually, then Hanuman went all the way to Lanka, met Mata Sita and did whatever he did. That is why that entire Kandam is called Sundara Kandam. Here, in the absence of not knowing his power, even a great lord like Hanuman could not move an inch. But the moment he understood what his true powers are, the entire structures changed. So, knowing your true power is the key to success. In Ramayana, there is one important message to us in the form of Mata Sita. Tulasidas says Mata Sita is much more valorous, courageous than even Rama himself. Her parakrama is superior than Rama himself. Tulasidas says Rama had the support of Lakshmana and the companionship of Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan and the entire Vanarasena. But Mata Sita was all alone. She was constantly harassed. She was constantly intimidated. Even then, despite being in a foreign land, enemy land, and an island where nobody can come, Mata Sita was not at all worried. Nothing bothered her. At every point of time, when Ravana was trying to intimidate her, and at every encounter, Sita was proving that Ravana is nothing before her power, nothing before Lord Rama. That was because Mata Sita has understood what her true powers are. Therefore, she was never worried about these things. She was just handling the problem. She knows there is a problem, and therefore she was handling the problem. She was not getting buried under the weight of the problem. She was not feeling the misery of the problem. She was facing the problem. That is what every man is capable of, if only he understands what his true powers are. What prevents us from knowing our true powers? That is only a wrong understanding of what we are. Therefore, the right thing to be done is to know what our true powers are and how we can put to use so that we will be leading a fearless life, leading a peaceful life, and leading a successful life. Towards this purpose, we are very happy that we have launched the spiritual course, Athma Sadhana. The course has been launched on the Vijayadashmi day that just went by. The objective of the course is to teach you, coach you, and train you what your true, internal, intrinsic, and inherent powers are. Because the moment you know it, then your life will be different. And it is a must, you must know this. Otherwise, you will be living like a meekly creature, though you are a majestic being. This is a 12 months course. We will cover the topics of what is ailing us, what we are not, what is deluding us, Why truly we are not understanding what we are, what we truly are, what are our true powers, how to know our true powers, how to realize our true powers, how to use our true powers, how to thereafter lead a fearless, peaceful, happy, successful, and prosperous life. The lessons will be sent monthly to your email address. In addition, regular coaching will be done. Once you clear the test that we will conduct after the 12 months to check whether your understanding of this Athma Sadhana is okay, we will initiate you into the divine realization technique. As we had mentioned, Lord Hanuman and Mata Sita are the epitome or the ultimate symbols of the Atma Sadhana. That is, persons who have realized their true powers. Our wish, our prayer, our ambition, our motto is that each one of us should become Lord Hanuman and Mata Sita. I pray unto Lord Rishabharuda to bless you all to know your true powers and lead a very successful life. Om Rishabharuda Parabrahmane Namaha.